Today we're going to be replacing the screen and driver capacitors in the Kenwood TS820s. There's what we're going to be using. It's just 4 caps that come from K4EAA.com. Turn around here a little bit. See if we can get some focus on this thing. I might have to zoom out a little bit. There we go. Alright. That's what it looks like when you get the kit. Get 4 caps in a bag. Get up here to the schematic. Alright. I think we're focused in there. Okay, so the other day, the last video, we replaced these 2 caps here, the high voltage caps. Today we're going to be working on this area down here, and zoom out so you can find this on your schematic if you want. It's right down there in the bottom of the main schematic page, bottom toward the right. In your service manual, in the parts list, here's where they're listed. They're C23 and 24, and they're 22 microfarad 450 volt caps. In your radio, if your radio's sitting on its right side, you're looking at the top left corner. See if we can get it to focus in here for us. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, you're looking at those 2 cans up there in the corner. You're looking at the bottom of them right now. So these 4 caps originally were contained in 2 cans. They're no longer available that way, so we're going to replace them with 4 separate caps. Let me give you a view from the other side so you know what you're looking for, and there they are from the top side. They, like I said, there's 4 caps in 2 cans. There's a few different ways to do this that I've seen. One of them involves placing them on a terminal strip. A friend of mine suggested just using a piece of perf board. What I'm going to do is different than all that. Let me see if I can get it on a computer screen for you here. I hope to do it a little neater than what I'm about to show you, but let's see if I can find it here. Get it over here on this screen, I believe is where it was at. Nope, wrong computer. Hold on, I'll have to locate it here. Give me just a second. Hopefully this won't take too long. Alright, so those 2 cans have bands around them, mounting clamps, just like the high voltage caps did. And if I can get turned around here, zoomed in a little bit. The 2 caps or the 4 caps that I have, we should be able to mount in the original mounting clamps. As soon as that focuses for you. There we go. In a fashion something like that. I believe that's focused pretty good. Let me turn the computer a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Sorry about all the bouncing around here with the camera, but I just want you to get a good overall picture of what's going on. It's still playing around with the focus there. There kind of was. Anyway, we're just going to mount the 4 caps in the 2 clamps, 2 in each one. The picture you're looking at is from theHybridStore.com. They use some silicone caulking, I believe is what it was, or silicone adhesive. I'm actually going to try to do that a little neater with just a few dabs of hot glue instead of the big blob of silicone all over the place. We'll see how it goes. Like I say, there's a few different ways to mount them in there. That's the way I choose to do, and quite honestly, I'm going to hang on to the cans and possibly at a later date try to find some same value caps that are physically just a little bit smaller, and I may remount them, disassemble the old cans and remount the 4 new caps inside of them. I'm not real worried about that right now. It just might be a future project, if I'm bored and looking for something to do. But I will hang on to all 4 of these cans, the 2 from the high voltage section and these 2 here, just in case I decide to do something a little different with them. But that's what it is. I'm going to swing the camera back around for you here. Terminals are wire wrapped, so I thought I'd give you a little quick show of the wire unwrap tool. I don't think I showed it in use on the other video, but I did show a wrap. So you just put it on the terminal there and turn, in this case, well, in all cases I suppose, counterclockwise. And it's not quite the right size for these wires, but it's doing the job. It's loosening it up, and there we go. As you see, it's got a groove around it, threads. Sorry about that. That was my phone going off, and I broke the wire off here. But as you can see, the tool has a counterclockwise thread grooved around it. And yeah, my phone is really loud notifications. Because I work in a very loud environment, and that's the only way I can hear it for my the way I earn my living. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little look at that. Let me peel this broken wire off and stick it down on the next one here. Make sure we're in. Stick it on there and start turning counterclockwise with a little bit of downward pressure, and it should, at the very least, it should loosen it up. So I'm going to get off camera here. I'm going to get this cap out, and you've already seen what the other side looks like. It's just a clamp that holds it in place, and I'll just go ahead and take that out, get the first one out of here. Is going to try to repack the cans, not because I'm really that worried about how it, the final appearance is. I'm not a purist that wants it look all original, but I may run into something someday that I want to do that too. So I thought this would be a good time to get a little experience. I did a little research, watched some other videos, didn't see anything that I really liked the way they were doing it, so I thought I'd just tackle it on my own. I made a separate video on that, and let's see, how do I put this? It didn't turn out. the video turned out fine, and I'll get it posted after this one is up. But what happened was I thought I had a couple of caps of the proper value that would fit down inside of here, and as you can see, I've got, if I can get that back off, I've got this one cleaned out. It's all nice and clean inside. All the old cap is out of it. The caps are out of it. But they won't quite go inside of here, so I'm going to have to find a couple of the proper value that are a little smaller than these. I didn't, when I picked these up, I didn't have much of a ruler to measure them, and they were in packages. And I thought that they would go down in here, but I guess I didn't allow enough thickness for the can and this plastic coating that's over the top. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to revert back to my original plan, and I'm going to attach these two together, the two negatives together on these, put them in some 1-inch heat shrink. Put them back in the original clamps, mount them in the radio, and that'll be it. At a later date, if I'm able to find some caps the right value that are small enough, maybe I'll go ahead and put them inside the original cans and stick them back in the radio. But for now, we're going back to plan A. Alright, here we go. So I've seen these mounted by others with hot glue or with silicone and a lot of different methods. All look kind of sloppy to me. I didn't, and I may end up having to use some hot glue on it or something. But I've got some 1-inch shrink tube, so I'm going to place my two caps in it, get them in about the position I think I want them, and across these wires I'm going to hold these, grab the heat gun, trying to get them evened up here with each other. Not that it is critical or anything, but throw a little heat on it, and see if that'll hold them together. Yep. Probably would if I can keep it on there. Hold these with a pair of pliers so I'm not burning my fingers as bad, huh? Give it another go here. Ought to do the trick. I think I'm going to give it a little bit more shrink, and that's probably sufficient, but I'll just shrink it a little bit more. I hope I'm in the frame. I probably had my hand in the way. Alright. So what these will do, these will set. Yeah, it's cool enough to hold on to. Okay. So these will set, I'm not sure which direction they go right now, in the clamp like so. The clamp will go in back in the radio, and we'll make the connections. So let me get these positioned correctly, and I'll be right back. I twisted the two negative wires together here in the middle. Find something a little better to point with, and brought the ground wire over, twisted it with that. These two brown wires attached to one of the positives. This white and I think it's blue striped wire there on the other one, and ready to do a little soldering. I'm going to swing away here. If you didn't see my video on this, my new soldering station here, this thing is great. I love it. It goes from 0 to 350 Celsius in under 10 seconds. It's just amazing. I like it because most of the stuff I do, I don't need an iron heated up for very long. It's just a couple of joints usually. So I'm going to put a little flux on here, and that thing, anyway, I love that thing. I think I've got a video on that when I first got it, probably just an unboxing video, but I had to do some, I have a diesel powered pickup truck, and in the wintertime it plugs into to an AC outlet with an extension cord. Anyway, the wires became broken. I had to replace the end on it the other day. Cold outside, took it out to to do the soldering out there. And I've tried outside soldering, you know, with torches and big guns and what have you. I cranked this thing up to 450, and even in the wind, it was excellent. It didn't hardly take any effort at all. I did have to use my body just a little bit to block some of the wind, but anyway, that thing is great. It's one of the. I wish I wouldn't have waited so many years to get one, because all I ever used was the simple little plug-in El Cheapo soldering irons before, plus, you know, for bigger stuff, a soldering gun. I've got a big Weller. I can't remember how many watts it is, but yeah, one of the best purchases I've made in a long time. I am so glad I did it, and I just accidentally happened to catch it on sale too. I think it was $30-something, normally 50 or 60. And much to my surprise, it takes what is it? T12 tips. I also bought an assortment of them with it at the same time. It was they were under $20 for a dozen of them, I think. It was pretty reasonable, but it came. I didn't notice it till after I received the package, and I thought, well, that's not the handle. This is the handle I wanted, but this isn't the handle that was supposed to come with it for the discounted price. And I looked back at the invoice online, and they had a little notation there that if it was purchased after a certain date, I don't remember what it was, then the handles would be upgraded. And I thought, well, boy, I got lucky on that one. So anyway, those are soldered in. Nothing to it, as you see. I'll trim the excess off. And as you can see this here, I noticed it a little while ago. This is one of the little fine coaxes that runs through this radio. And if you remember right, see where it's melted right there? I'm not going to do anything about it, but if you remember, when I took the old can out, they were wire wrap terminals, and one of them somebody had added some solder to for some reason. Maybe they thought they had an intermittent joint or something, I don't know. And I'm guessing that's probably when that got melted. I know I didn't do it, because this is the first time I've stuck the iron down in here, and I noticed it a while ago. Anyway, so that one's done. I've got to do the one above it now. If it also has a resistor added on, a bleed resistor on one of the terminals on it. If anything unusual comes up with it, I'll add it to this video. If not, that's all there was to it. Just a matter of doing the other one that's right above it. Not a big deal. I wish I'd have done it a long time ago. You know, it's like I've told you guys before, I'm pretty new to all this stuff, and learning myself. So hopefully this video has helped you to see how relatively simple it is. If you like the video, hit the like button, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I put another video out. And shortly behind this one, I will get that video up of me disassembling the old can. And then as soon as I find some caps that'll fit in it, we'll probably put that back together. Don't know if I'll put it in the radio or not, but it'll make a good continuation of that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.